The honourable member for Halifax.
Les chiffres ne mentent pas. La politique économique des conservateurs ne nous conduit nulle part. Le déficit commercial du Canada est passé à 3 milliards de dollars selon Statistique Canada. Les politiques du gouvernement conservateur ne font que réduire la compétitivité des entreprises canadiennes et nuisent à la création de bons emplois. Est-ce que les conservateurs vont corriger la situation? Quel est leur plan pour réduire le déficit commercial?
Mr. Speaker, no government has done more to advance Canada's trading relationships. Absolutely. We've concluded trade agreements with 38 different countries over 9 years. What's more, last year's Canada's trade surplus was $5.2 billion, which was a turnaround of $12 billion. And exports last year were up another 10% from the previous year. Our government remains focused on creating jobs through aggressive trade promotion, while, of course, the NDP wants to raise taxes on the middle class. That's not what we're going to do.
The honourable member for Halifax.
The Conservative economic plan is failing Canada because under their mismanagement, we just posted another record trade deficit, soaring to $3 billion for March alone. The Conservative plan is also failing families who face layoffs and growing job uncertainty while struggling with rising costs. And still, the Conservatives have no plan to create even a single affordable childcare space. When will the Conservatives stop ignoring the needs of Canadian families and deliver the NDP's plan for $15 a day childcare?
The Honourable Minister of State.
Well, Mr. Speaker, what we recognize is that families across this country have a variety of childcare needs. We refuse to dictate to Canadian families how they should be looking after their children. We refuse to say that if you're not using a licensed daycare spot, you don't deserve support. That is not what we're saying. That's what the NDP say. What we're saying is every family in this country with children deserves support. That's what we're delivering in tax cuts, in direct benefits, and in other tax benefits, like our Child's Fitness tax credit. We're supporting families. We're supporting their right to choose how they look after their children.
Bravo! The honourable member for Halifax.
Both the ultimate parties of tax gifts for the wealthy instead of creating affordable childcare spaces. Right. While our trade deficit is soaring, imports of industrial machinery actually fell. That's a bad sign for manufacturing sector that suffered from Conservative neglect. We have lost more than 400,000 jobs under their watch alone. Fewer good manufacturing jobs means more families are struggling to pay the bills as costs like childcare continue to rise. Will the Conservatives scrap handouts to the wealthy and instead invest in boosting job creation and creating affordable childcare spaces?
The Honourable Minister of Industry.
Mr. Speaker, on the subject of manufacturing, of course, in this year's budget, we put forward accelerated capital cost allowance that's been called for by the manufacturing sector for a long time. And while New Democrats may not like our policies when it comes to manufacturing, here's who is endorsing our budget: the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters, the Canadian Vehicle Manufacturers Association, the Association of Equipment Manufacturers, the Railway Association of Canada, the Canadian Steel Producers Association, the Agricultural Manufacturers of Canada, the Canadian Plastics Industry Association, the Canadian Tooling and Machining Association. I could go on, Mr. Speaker, but those who know what it takes to build manufacturing in Canada support this government, support our budget.